Once the richest man in all of Russia, Mikhail Khodorkovsky is spending his first night in more than 10 years as a free man. The former oil tycoon was granted a presidential pardon on humanitarian grounds. He then flew immediately to Germany. He was jailed after a trial many saw as politically motivated, and he continues to maintain his innocence.
"24 hours ago, he was a prisoner in a Russian penal colony. On Friday, he was a free man on German soil, being greeted by the former German Vice-Chancellor Hans-Dietrich Genscher. The pardon of President Vladimir Putin was signed in the morning. An hour later, Mikhail Khodorkovsky left the prison north of St. Petersburg, where he'd spent almost the last 10 years, and flew to Berlin. And he had this message for those who'd supported him during those long years in jail.
"I would like to thank everyone who has been following the Yukos case all these years for the support you provided to me, my family, and all those who were unjustly convicted and continue to be persecuted."
His mother, seen here at a court hearing in 2010, sounded frail when she spoke by phone as news of the pardon first broke.
I'm not able to even speak anymore. I feel ill. All day long I've been talking all day, and the most important thing is that there is nothing to say. I don't know anything.
Vladimir Putin said his decision was an act of humanitarianism based on Khodorkovsky's mother's failing health. Cynics say cutting short the sentence of Russia's most high-profile prisoner is a PR exercise. If he was still to be in jail when Russia hosts the Winter Olympics in 2 months' time, it would certainly take the shine off an event Putin hopes will showcase the country.
His elderly mother is being treated for cancer in Germany and is reportedly in poor health. Khodorkovsky's wife lives in Switzerland.
None
of us can judge these releases in the end. There's obviously a time factor involved. I don't want to belittle it. The fact people are now being released is a good signal. I say we should use it to have further discussions with Russia about legal processes and the protection of human rights.
Khodorkovsky was jailed in 2003 for fraud and tax evasion. His sentence extended after a second conviction for embezzlement 2 years later. Even from his prison cell, Khodorkovsky kept up his critique of Russia's president. In a letter to the New York Times on the 10th anniversary of his incarceration, calling Mr. Putin an irremovable and out-of-control central power. Some experts believe Mr. Putin feels his power is such that the likes of Khodorkovsky no longer pose a threat.
He can boast at least 3 major foreign policy successes this year. I mean Syria, I mean Edward Snowden, and of course quite recently Ukraine. On all 3 counts, he has every reason to regard himself as a person who prevailed, who won the upper hand. And inside Russia there is no challenge to him, and he is not threatened even by releasing a person who was regarded as his nemesis.
In a statement on his website, Khodorkovsky thanked former German Foreign Minister Hans-Dietrich Genscher. With the backing of Chancellor Angela Merkel, Genscher worked with Khodorkovsky's lawyers to help secure his release.
I think this was a very positive decision by the Russian president, a decision which of course has an important political significance and which is also encouraging in regards to others who are still awaiting their freedom.